Hello and welcome. It's a knife video, can you believe it? So I'll get the excuses out of the way with first. I've been doing a lot of overtime at work. Things have been quite hectic. I just haven't had the time or chance to make any videos. The videos that I've been uploading and making public have been, I've done them quite a while ago. Knife wise, I thought I had something in the pipeline in terms of bringing you constant reviews and things like that. But that's fallen through, which really sucks for you all, and for me, obviously. So for this knife video, it was a request. It's not something I just kind of thought about. Someone requested a while ago that I do a video of budget knives that are UK friendly. And by budget, they specifically gave me a price to go under, which was £20. That's about $30. I know that's quite biased for us UK chaps. I do realise that. Especially with the pricing, because for instance you can get a Kershaw Skyline for about $40, which is a beast of a knife for around £25–30. If you're American, please do put a suggestion below of a knife under a certain dollar mark, and I'll gladly make a video of the equivalent for a UK knife, like what you can buy. So if you said, oh yeah, knives under $50, what can you get, Super? Well, I'll put them here, so they'll probably be about £30 or £40, something like that. As always, open to suggestions, any kind of knife videos you wish me to make. I have read a few other comments here and there about organising my videos. What I'm going to do is organise them a little bit better. I'm going to have a separate playlist for knife steel videos, and I'll be continuing them next week. So if you've got any preferences, I know probably in the last knife steel video you gave me some preferences, but now's your chance as well for that. And then when I kind of run out of those suggestions and knife steel videos, what I've decided to do, because it's been almost 3 years now since I started my channel and I'm still enjoying it. I still think it's an incredible hobby. I still love bringing you guys videos of new products that I buy. Just a bit of fun really at the end of the day. I'm not trying to sell anything. That would imply that I've been given things, and I haven't. If I've bought things, it's because I've liked the look of them or thought that they would be pretty good. Nice additions to my collection. Anyway, enough about that. What I was going to say is, after those have dried up, because it's been 3 years, I'm going to start redoing a lot of my older videos, which is great because obviously I've got this new camera which is 1080p, and I had a 720p camera when I first started, and the lighting was a bit, I said okay a lot, you name it. I made a lot of mistakes. So I'm going to be refreshing those videos. They will be produced in a lot better lighting conditions. The style of them will be better, and obviously they're going to look better too. So stay tuned for that. I know a lot of them might be the same review, but it will be big improvements overall. I did wonder about replicating them, but in a way it's not really replicating them because they're just new and improved. And I will put new in brackets or somewhere on the description, so that you'll know that you're seeing a new. And the very first new video that I'll be doing in 2 or 3 weeks, something like that, will be of one of my first reviews. It's a Booker Cox CDC Henny Haynes limited edition knife, and I'll be doing a very nice review of that in all its glory and all its detail. So stay tuned for that as the first kind of commemorative video. I've mumbled for so long, I do apologise. Budget knives, £20. It's not really a lot of money, is it? We'll start with the small ones then. So you've got a Spyderco Bug. This is a great little knife. I've had this for 4 years now, and as you can see, no rust. I've taken it out a few times with me. It's a great knife just to put in your wallet as a backup knife, just if you need something sharp. You can get it very sharp, it won't last that long, so it is a great backup blade for that reason. Something that you need if your main blade fails or something like that. I mean, it's also quite sheeple friendly. It's small. It's it's UK friendly. It's great. It's very cheap as well. I think one of these runs at about £14. I remember when they were, I'm sure they were like £7 at some point, like £6.95. They're a bit more now, so maybe they were £14 before, but I'm sure that 4 years ago they were cheaper. That's Spyderco Bug. Another Spyderco is the Honeybee. This will set you back £18, so £4 more, gets you a little bit of a longer blade. Again, this is UK legal, UK friendly. Still made in China with HCR 13 MOV steel. Again, another great backup blade. I think my friend actually carries one of these in his wallet all the time, so big shout out to you, sir. It's a decent backup blade. It's not going to be your main go-to knife or anything like that, but budget knife, there you go, 18 quid. Victorinox, most of their knives are between the 20 and £30 mark. You've got the larger ones that are 40 or £50, like the big Swiss champs and things like that. You haven't got many that are sub £20, but I thought I'd throw this one in anyway because it does have a knife on it, and it does have a flathead screwdriver and nail file and a pair of scissors and a toothpick. I just use that to remove dirt and grit out of things rather than actually in my hole in my face. And it's also got a little slip ring keychain thing. So that's a Swiss. That's a classic by Victorinox. Useful little knife, good backup. It's got quite a thin profile, one would say. So there you go. I think one of those sets you back at about £14. Real cheap, Rough Rider. If you look at any of the Rough Rider knives, they're really, really cheap. And this has held up quite well, I suppose. You can still see the midnight kind of finish on there. Yeah, they're all right. I mean, when I say cheap, this is £7 for this knife. Very cheap. But it's got stamp on it. It's got another kind of like laser engraved stamp or something like that. It's relatively sharp. It's 440 razor sharp steel. I don't know whether it's 440C. It might just be 440B. So yeah, and this is made in China. I think a lot of Rough Riders are made in China. There you go. That's a little Texas toothpick. And then Buck. I prefer this to that. I've used this a lot actually as a kind of backup blade or UK legal friendly knife. And this Buck is, I think this is under £20. I think it is actually £20. Could be a little bit less, but I like this. It's very nice. It is made in China. Fit and finish is good. It's very flush. The rivets and the bolsters. It's good finish on it, really. So that's a good little budget knife. And you get this Whopper, which is huge. I mean, you really do get bang for your buck with this one. This is the notorious world legal knife, or paperweight, as I like to call it. It's very heavy because it's got the full liners. Don't know why, and it's got this pommel as well, which isn't very pointy, but we probably use it to pry because it runs the whole thickness within the scales itself. So there are other multiple uses for this, and it's nice that the pocket clip is just you could use a penny to tighten that or untighten it, but obviously the scales you'd have to use the torque screws. So yeah, this is the Lansky Willemsen Urban Tactical, UK legal, world legal, 440C as well. Lansky normally make sharpeners, but it's a unique kind of shape. You can't really get it that sharp, but it will last a fair while. It's 440C at the end of the day, and this has set you back about £17. I think with the sharpener you can get it for a little bit more. You can get the full Lansky sharpening system, which is good, but heavy, but durable, tough. Yeah, dependable, but it's just the weight issue. So that's another budget knife. One that's like £1 more if you're on a very tight budget of £20. Spend a quid more and you get a Grasshopper, which is Spyderco Grasshopper, which is obviously the largest out of those, still UK legal to carry, still probably a better backup knife just because of how big it is, a bit more user-friendly in that regards, and a larger lanyard hole as well. I thought I'd throw that in there because it's just £1 more. That's all of my budget knives. That I have to give a shout out to Opinel as well. They have an Opinel Inox, which is £7. People always bang on about Opinel knives. I haven't got any. I haven't ever bought any or had any experience with them, so I can't really give you my take on them. I know that they have, some of them don't lock, They're just a folding knife, but some of them have a ring around, and you turn the ring and then it locks the knife into place. I mean, I would probably classify that as a locking knife. So just be wary of that if you're gonna look at Opinels. So they're all my budget knives that I own. I looked on websites, and other than the Opinel, I wouldn't really recommend many more for under £20. Nowadays, to get a decent knife, I'd probably say you have to spend, well, definitely over £30. The premium kind of price point nowadays to get a decent knife with decent steel is between, I'd say, £30 and £50. That's your mainstream. Yeah, there are Enduras and Delicas which are 60 or 70. Yeah, there are militaries which are over £100, and yeah, there are collectors' knives which are, you know, a few hundred. But that seems to be the main price point you look for, between 30 and 50. So if you're going for a main knife, there you go. That's all the budget knives. As kind of like a tribute to this video, I feel the need to make a video of my most expensive knives. I think I have done like a similar kind of video before, a couple of years ago, but that was before the Rubicon and Pole Force, things like that. So I'm gonna, one of the videos coming up in the next couple of weeks will be one of my most expensive knives. I don't have any Rockstead, which are £1 or a couple of grand. I like to think that I have a small selection of expensive, and when I mean expensive, I'll probably say anything over 100 really. So join me for that video coming out in a couple of weeks. But as always, remember at the start of the video, put your suggestions down. If you haven't already, please do comment, rate and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Take care.